Hi everyone, Uncle Bulgaria here, with Rhyme Signatures, the nerdiest music review this side of a charity recycling event at Wimbledon Common. And today we're going to be doing a review of the new Earthless album, Night Parade of 100 Demons. Instrumental albums have always been a difficult one for me. After all, I'm quite a firm believer in the power not only of vocals and how they can drastically alter the mood and emotions of the listener, but I'm also a big fan of lyricism in general, which is in a way an entirely different art in its own right to writing music, with the two kind of working in tandem to create something quite unique, thrilling, and beautiful. Hopefully. There, of course, have only been a precious few purely instrumental albums that I can immediately think of that have truly moved me or set me off in such a way that I didn't really feel the lack of the human voice. Liquid Tension Experiment 2, Subliminal Colours by Mendel, John Petrucci's Suspended Animation, and Magic Machine by an Endless Sporadic are amongst the first albums that sort of spring to mind. I'm pretty hyped then to be able to add at least one more album to this list though, as Night Parade of 100 Demons by Earthless is nothing short of an absolute triumph. In a world where, on a normal day, instrumental albums, and stoner rock really, would normally leave me pretty cold, I'm really grateful for this album to have opened my eyes a bit just to see what exactly this medium and this genre can achieve. I had to do a little bit of research on this band really before talking about them though, as they are completely new to me. So they're hailing from the lovely sunny San Diego in California. This three-piece band have had the luxury of literally zero lineup changes in their 20 plus years as a band, which honestly is something of a dark miracle in itself, as we all know just how volatile and changeable being part of a band seems to be these days. Guitarist Isaiah Mitchell, bassist Mike Edginton, and drummer Mario Rubalcaba have now pushed out 6 studio albums under the Earthless banner. And whilst this is most assuredly my first foray into their works, I don't anticipate this to be my last, as I am eagerly anticipating diving into their back catalogue to see just what I've been missing out on. Night Parade of 100 Demons is such a treat, managing to layer a beautiful and fascinating soundscape over its quite impressive 61-minute runtime. It never feels the need to rush anything though, as part 1 of the title track spends quite a good few minutes constructing this deep, layered, ethereal sound, and really brings the listener into the world that the album has been crafting. However, it doesn't waste too much time though, as the riffing begins in earnest, and honestly it never really lets up for the rest of the album. There's some absolutely superb guitar work on here, with some extended soloing and some highly textured riffing being the main order of the day, all of which is set upon this incredible bedrock of some of the grooviest, most nuanced and interesting bass and drum work I've heard in the better part of a decade. This album sounds rich, it sounds deep, it sounds polished, to honestly a bit of a mirror sheen, which for stoner rock is not something I've come to really expect. My usual ambivalence to the genre can partially be put down to the frequently muddy and washed out production, which is precisely the opposite on this record. Earthless are absolutely huge throughout this. Much in the same way that Rush always managed to feel, you'll oftentimes find yourself thinking, this is just 3 guys. But 3 guys this is, and also only 3 songs. Although it really is kind of more like 2 songs with one of them split into 2 parts, but I digress. And much like genre titans Sleep and their opus Dope Smoker, this is a huge long-form piece designed to be taken in all at once, or not really at all. This is not an album for casual listening, and it can be a little exhausting by the time you reach its, frankly, astonishing conclusion, which I suppose is my only real criticism to levy here, is that this is a titanic album in length, especially just for a purely instrumental record, and it can often feel a bit intimidating to sit down and listen to it, to, give it the attention it fully deserves. It kind of does also mostly follow one sort of line throughout. I mean, make no mistake though, this is still a varied sounding album. But Earthless are not a progressive rock band throwing in odd instrumentation choices, time signature switch-ups, and off-kilter breakaway musical interludes willy-nilly just for the sake of it. This is still ultimately very much a stoner or psychedelic rock band who've chosen to tell you a quite long story without words. And it really does feel like you are being told a story here. Every song has its own distinct phases, movements, styles, and feelings. You'll feel a combination of drained, excited, fascinated, scared, and elated by the time the record is up. And for me to be able to say this about an instrumental album is no small amount of praise from me. So that really is Night Parade of 100 Demons. My first instrumental album review of the year, and probably not going to be my last one, with the behemoth that is the new Animals as Leaders is looming on the horizon. I do strongly urge you to give this one a try, even if long-form stoner rock albums aren't your usual wheelhouse, as they aren't mine either. You may very well be pleasantly surprised by what you hear. This is all, of course, my opinion, as you know, so tell me what you thought of this record in the comments down below. If you have anything you've listened to this year you think I should check out, then let me know about it and I might get around to giving it my own thoughts. If you like this video, please do share it with anyone who you think might enjoy it. Please do consider subscribing as well for more content, and click the little thumbs button like this. The thumbs, yeah. Until next time, guys, keep your rhyme signatures odd.